Hello traders, you are listening to Mike Hamilton. So let's go through the charts and see what we've got. I've obviously gone through these in great detail, so I'll share with you what I'm seeing. And on this Dow weekly on the right, we are, what's that line there? That's it, got it. We are in an up channel. We have been in a bit of a box the last few weeks, and last week we engulfed the previous week. So I've got this main support at 17,300 and looking for a potential move down there and possibly lower. You can see we have had this sort of funnel like pattern here. Let me draw this properly, hang on. So you can see we poked ahead above that resistance we had on Elliott wave. We have 1, 2, so we have 3 waves to the upside. Then we have A, B, so we're in C wave. So I'm not expecting a big drop, but I am expecting, and we've got the 200 EMA just underneath here, around about the 460 mark. I just think we're struggling. The volume's light down here. We've got non-farm payroll on Good Friday. So the US is trading, Europe is not on Friday. So we're pretty light on data. And I just think it's a question of when the C wave is going to finish and then the D wave can begin. We are just getting in towards US earnings season. It's not uncommon for markets to behave like this in front of the earnings season. Has some downgrades, etc. in the run up to it, so could get rocky. If we break out of this, we can't hold this, then I think we could come, like I said, a sizable drop to potentially down to 17,000. But 17.3, 17.250 seems to be 250 seems to be the most logical stopping point to me. So I will be looking out for that. So let's have a look at the gold and the oil first. The gold has pushed up from this 1150, and we're stalling here around the 50 EMA, 55 EMA. This is 2 weeks of higher closes. Overall, longer term, I see this gold as tumbling towards this trend line here, which is from this high, a little bit of a breach here. So as with a lot of trend lines I draw, they're general trend lines. I don't really use them as major important pivot points unless I see the markets reacting to them once they come in contact with them. What I'm looking for though is a general sort of shuffling towards this pivot, at which point I think the dollar will start to gain strength again and we'll see this drop. I'm 970. If you look at your fibs, 970 is a key fib level, and on the daily chart you can see if we get going and break this low, then 127 is 1058 and 161 is 970. But I don't think we're ready to drop yet. I think we're going to see some more strength in the gold before that topples over. And 1230, 1250 will be the logical point for that to short, but we'll see. If we start closing under 1190 in the early part of the week, then I'll be very bearish on the gold at that stage. Oil. You can see we had a pop up in it towards Thursday and then a sell off into the close on Friday. I think we are seeing the oil beginning to get a footing here. Obviously, if we start closing under this little sandwich here, this little box, we start closing under that box under 47.70, then this is toast. I'm looking for this to hold 47.50 and then pick up and at least retest the top of that box at 54. This is the weekly. If you look at the 08 reversal pattern here, it took from December 15 to mid-Feb to bottom out. Then we started closing higher early March, and then we closed on top of the box. Spent a week on top of that box in mid to late April. And that's, I see us repeating that pattern. So I see us flailing around this area here in the box, and then if we are going to go back to the mean, which to me is about $65–$75, the mean average, then I think we're going to have to swoon around here for a bit, sit on the box at 54, and then push up again. Okay, so I'm looking for a repeat of 08. That is assuming that we don't close underneath 43. We open and close under 43, and this is toast. And this is coming a lot lower. But at the moment, we've got some divergences in the RSI. We've got a potential repeat of the 08 reversal, 09 reversal, and that's what I'm looking for at the moment. Right, into Forex. Let's look at this one here at the moment, because this is a bit of a gem. On the daily chart, with just the 55-day moving average, this is the pound Aussie dollar. You can see it's a very, very technical chart. But note, whenever we've bottomed here, apart from this reversal in September, the previous two bottoms have taken from the 16th of November to the 24th of November to work. This one took from the January 9 to become in that box until January 22. So I'm not in a rush to really sort of pile up on this. We've come off the daily 200 very, very nicely from 860 to 200. So 340 points. So I would look for some deeper moves back into this. Perhaps just the 190. And then to start the ascent to the upside. We've got Aussie trade balance on Thursday. So I'm hoping that we are, bear in mind we are trapped between the daily 50 and the 200 up here, which was very much the case in this last reversal, but not in this one. We had the 200 up here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for in that one. And you can see the weekly, I think we're going to come up to 220, 225, but we're going to take a while to get there, because in October 08 we were right up there at 271, and so I think we have a hammer. I think we're going to come into that hammer first. At least I'm hoping we'll come into the hammer first, before we start approaching this major trend line, which is coming down from the 01, 02 reversal pattern up there. So that's a good one. So I'm watching that very closely. Let's just look at all the pound pairs, because we've got an election. Obviously, we've got an election coming up. That creates a little bit of hesitancy normally in the markets. So daily first. Terrible week's trading. We have not opened and closed beneath the FOMC high and low. But I think we will look to, I think we're going to undershoot 175, and then if we can get back above it, then I think we can start to pull up again. I'm just looking at this reversal pattern here in January. So mid-January we came down here, but we didn't start getting out until early Feb. I think with the election coming up, we could find, we could find that we wander around at that stage. On the weekly, we have this big box from December 2013 until poked out of it, closed above it in September last year, and we really got going when we hit that trend line in October. So again, I'm just looking for this to undershoot, come into this box again, throw a hammer on it at some stage in the coming days or weeks, and then start to make our way up to 200. So I will keep you posted on that one. Bottom line is we closed lower on the weekly. Alright, 3 weeks out of 4 we've closed lower, and the highs I just keep selling on that one, so just be careful. Yeah, don't pick a bottom on that, be patient, and let's see if we can catch a reversal pattern as time goes on, but we need confirmation. And I do think that we need to come lower, and really, I think we need to really get some volume in this. And the way the market to get volume in is to throw it lower, and then wait to find some buyers. Wait to see if the buyers pick it up. Right, let's turn to the euro now. Euro US. 2 weeks higher closes, so I think we are going to potentially do a full push up to 112. 112.66 is a major fire line up there, and it's possible we could go and test that. Such is the current weakness in the dollar. Euro yen is slightly harder to call. This 130 level got a potential reversal bar there, so if we break 128.90 we could drop out of the picture. We got euro inflation on Monday, so we might get a signal as early as Monday on this one. I think it's German inflation. As for the weekly, well, the daily, we came in to 131.50 area, and we closed underneath this major fire line of 130, 27 points under. But like I said, I think we are not done yet, so I'm hoping, I'd love it at some stage to go and see 133. It's just possible we could do a full 133 test on that euro yen. And that's all I got from you. Let's just look at the Aussie again. Obviously, we're very interested. Very interested in what the gold can do, and the pound Aussie. With their trade balance, I'm hoping we'll see some sort of push to the upside here, possibly as much as 78.50. At which point, I think we could really start to see a descent, which is obviously going to be great for the pound Aussie dollar. If we do, then the most obvious mark is 700 point drop to 70. But we're bumping along the bottom here, so we've just got to be careful. Again, I'll keep you posted, keep tabs on that. But I would be very, very interested in any push into 78.50, 79 up here, to come back into this reversal bar up here, and then find some more sellers. Okay, I think that's it. We haven't talked about the main dollar pairs. US dollar yen is flimsy, very, very flimsy, and the weekly looks as if that could just come a whole lot lower. 117. Non-farm payroll on Friday, which is projected to be slightly poor, not repeat the bullish data we had on the last non-farm payroll. So I would anticipate that coming down to that major support. We really struggle at that 122. Very nice. Yeah, it spent ages up there looking as if we were trying to penetrate it, and all the time we just slipped. So I think we could be heading for, I think we could drop quite nicely to that 115, at which point I would very much look for reversal patterns down there. I would like to get into US dollar yen at that stage. You can see how far away the weekly 50 is. We've got some divergences in the RSI. We're making higher highs. The RSI is making a lower high. So I think we'll need some further downside on that. And US dollar CAD, well, that was a nice push on the back of the weak oil on Friday. But if I'm right about oil, and oil is bottoming, then that's not particularly, if you look at it, all we've done is retested resistance up there. So it could find some sellers and then start breaking down. So I think this is a good indicator for the pound US dollar. We haven't looked at that one yet. If at the moment this is you know, a nice move around the daily 55, higher close, but not a significant close. If we close above 126 here, that could indicate that the pound US and the euro is not going to sustain itself up here. But moving swiftly on to the pound US, pound US is in a horrible box at the moment, and it has been there since 11th of March. So we spent second half of March in this box, and again there's the FOMC range right up there at 151.65 and the low down there at 146 area. So we're really sideways, really trapped. So I wouldn't trade it. I would steer clear of that until we get a significant close. So a close above 970 or a close under 730 could indicate the next direction. As for the weekly, we had a higher close last week. We closed inside last week's high. I do apologise, I keep yawning. I don't know why I keep yawning. It's mid-afternoon. So yeah, you can see the relevance of this box and this fib level and the 150, the big magic 150. I think if we can close above that box, I think we're going to see 153 pretty quick. So got some positive divergences in the RSI, but with that daily like that, that is difficult to call. Alright, I hope you found that video useful. On Traders Round Table, we will look at some. We'll pick up on the charts we just looked at and the points we made on this video and see if there's any significant changes on these charts. I think we'll start Monday pretty flat. Data's pretty quiet on Monday, and then we'll look at some stock sectors once we've done a quick review of these forex charts. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend and speak to you soon.